There is a persistent myth in galactic history that Maul was a failure, a broken tool discarded by a master who had found a more refined weapon. We are taught that Mandalore was his last gasp, a desperate play for power before the inevitability of the Empire that erased him. But in reality, Mandalore was not a failure, it was an evolution. To understand the threat of the Shadow Lord era, you must first understand the rule of two, not as a law, but as a trap. One that Maul did not just survive, he transcended it. Palpatine viewed the galaxy as a ledger. Every planet, every senator, every apprentice was a calculated variable. He replaced Maul with Dooku, then Anakin, moving through apprentices like pieces on a board. But here's the layer that galactic histories prefer to ignore. A tool that refuses to break becomes a variable the master can no longer control. When Maul claimed the throne of Mandalore, he didn't just claim a planet, he claimed a symbol. He became a rival architect of power. One master to hold the power, one apprentice to crave it. This is the mantra we are taught. But Maul realized the fall. If the master never intends to relinquish the power, the rule of two becomes a cycle of stagnation. Maul's Shadow Lord era was his rejection of that cycle. He wasn't trying to be a Sith in the way Palpatine defined it. He was building something Palpatine feared even more, a legitimate alternative to the Sith Order. Palpatine didn't go to Mandalore to kill a failure. He went because Maul had become the one thing a Sith Master cannot tolerate, a rival. No fleets were mobilized, no weapons were deployed in the initial arrival, but every civilization present understood the gravity. Trust was not placed in leaders. Trust was placed in processes, and Maul was breaking the process. Maul's survival was an exorcism of his past identity. He was no longer an instrument of Palpatine's will. He was a variable Palpatine could not calculate. And in a galaxy governed by a grand plan, a single uncalculated variable is a death sentence for an empire. Palpatine kept Maul alive because even he recognized that a will this strong, a being who had literally refused to die out of pure spite, was too valuable to simply extinguish. Maul didn't lose on Mandalore. He proved that the Sith's greatest weakness isn't the light side, it's the variables they choose to ignore. Because in this galaxy, trust is the only resource that cannot be taken by force. This is the deeper law of the galaxy. If you want to see the decisions that shaped the Sith, stay with us. There is more to uncover. Until next time.